We're going to delve into the French newspapers now. Only one story in them, really. It's the first round of the socialist primaries, which happened yesterday. Florence with us here. What are they saying then, Florence?
Well, we're going to start off by looking at the left-leaning newspaper, Le Figaro, Libération. I always said the wrong one. La gauche gagne son élection. The left wins its own election. So they're very positive about it. And there you see a picture that symbolizes the symbol of the Socialist Party, which is a fist holding a rose. But this time the rose is huge, much bigger than in the original symbol. And that's perhaps to symbolize the 2.5 million people who took part in yesterday's primary. So Libération says this is a very good thing. Now, in their editorial, they applaud this new system because yesterday was the first time that the Socialist Party, and any party in France, in fact, used this new kind of primary system, somewhat similar to the one in the United States. Now, basically, any eligible voter sharing leftist values was allowed to take part, and Libération applauds this. It says that it gives new powers to citizens. It's a democratization of democracy, it says, and it says that the first mission of this primary was a mission accomplished because so many people showed up at the polls, and it says that citizens are the big winner of the party. But Libération points out that it's going to be a very, very tight race between the two frontrunners, so François Hollande, who came out on top with 39%, and Martine Aubry, who came out with 31%. We're going to take a look at the communist newspaper, so sticking to the left, L'Humanité, which also focuses on this high turnout. In its editorial, it says that this high turnout is proof of two things. First of all, that French people are ready for change. They want to get rid of Sarkozy, and they want to turn the page and turn the page quickly. And second of all, it's proof that the left has a political appetite. It's proof that the left is very strong in this run-up to the 2012 presidential election.
You mentioned the tight race, and a lot of the papers are kind of focusing on that, aren't they, now?
Yeah, it seems to be that that's the catchy headline of today. For instance, in François, it says, ça va être très serré. It's going to be very, very, very tight. And there you see Hollande and Aubry. It's also on the cover of Le Parisien. They call it the duel. They say that though this duel was somewhat expected, it's going to be tighter than originally expected because both candidates are holding strong and they both want to win. He says she's too old school. She says he's too weak. The fight's on. I guess we'll know more about that next week.
And one of the other big surprises of the duel, if you like, was Ségolène Royal. She was the candidate against Nicolas Sarkozy last time round. This time she's come out fourth, only 7%.
Only 7%. It's a real fall of grace for Royal. In fact, Le Parisien calls it a slap in the face that she didn't even make it to the second round. We're going to take a look at a cartoon there. You see François Hollande and Martine Aubry cheersing together, saying, finally, we've gotten rid of Ségolène. And in the background, you can see two Socialist Party members saying, finally, something they can agree on. Now, another big surprise from yesterday's primary was the fact that Arnaud Montebourg came in third with 17%. Now, this makes him the kingmaker of the next round. And Le Figaro says that he has emerged as a new heavyweight, and he's going to lay down his terms. He's kind of a new kid on the block in French politics, and according to Le Figaro, he's going to stick around. Now, he has yet to decide who he's going to be backing in the next round, and that will definitely make the difference.
OK, right-wing papers, what are they saying then? You mentioned the Figaro there.
Well, we're going to take a look at Le Figaro, which is very factual about things. It says that Hollande comes ahead of Aubry. Montebourg is the kingmaker. Now, originally the UMP party, the ruling party, was somewhat fair play about things. For instance, Prime Minister François Fillon commended the novel primary system. But when the results started coming in yesterday, things took a different turn. The General Secretary of the UMP party, Jean-François Copé, was speaking on France 2 yesterday, and as the results started trickling in, he tried to play down things. He tried to say that the turnout wasn't as impressive as the socialists were making it out to be. He tried to put things in perspective. He said that only 4 out of every 100 French people went to vote yesterday, which is still pretty big for a primary. But he said that that was proof that it wasn't such a big deal. He said 96% of French people know that the real election is next year. And sticking to the right-wing press, in the editorial of Le Figaro, they can't help themselves. They take a jab at the Socialist Party. They wonder if the primary was such a good idea, not in terms of democratic reasons, but for the Socialist Party itself, because it puts the Socialist Party in kind of a dangerous position right now in between the two primaries. It's a position where all sorts of contradictions in the party are going to be brought to light, all the cracks, divisions, and it says, according to Le Figaro, the socialists are the best at pointing out their own weaknesses, and this is going to be a very caustic week.
OK, Florence, thank you very much. Yeah, this time next week we should know who is definitely going to be the candidate to take on the right. Thanks a lot. That's Florence here with the newspapers here this morning.